This is Newcap News.
In today's digital age, it's getting easier to fall victim to identity theft. Chantel Germo has more on how to protect yourself against fraud.
As identity theft becomes more prevalent in today's society, the importance of awareness and education is the first step. Senior fraud was also at the forefront of discussion in Lloyd Kenny's presentation.
So many victims, everything from CRA scams to the simple things that happen over the internet and the simple things that happen even when you're shopping. And there are just a lot of folks that aren't aware of some of these things, and so trying to help as much as we can for people to prevent being a victim.
Wilma Bodnard of the Superannuated Teachers wanted to share Kenny's new information, especially now that our world continues to evolve technologically.
Every time it gets more interesting because there's more to cover. And so I thought perfect, absolutely perfect for these seniors to be able to hear his presentation and know what's going on out there.
According to Kenny, in North America, identity theft and fraud occurs every 35 seconds. Some tips to avoid fraud can be so simple as not exchanging personal information through text, using gel pens to write checks, and regularly monitoring all your financial accounts. Chantel Germo, Newcap News.
A local craft brewery is looking to expand its business from brewing beer in a warehouse to opening up their very own tap room. Angie Mellon has more on how the 4th Meridian Brewing Company is hopping into the craft beer market.
The 4th Meridian Brewing Company is now looking to open up a tap room within the next few months.
I think that will be a big step in the right direction for us, getting our own space and being able to have people come in and sit down and have beer in our own space and take growlers, and it'll definitely be a good business boost for us to have that open.
You'll be able to sit down and have a pint of beer and enjoy yourself and have a good time.
The brewery officially launched in September and has quickly grown.
And that was always our hope, that was always our goal, I guess, was to grow to that size and then grow even bigger than that. But I didn't think it would happen so soon, but we're definitely excited that it is happening sooner than later.
We've got good support from Lloyd. I mean, craft beer is a big thing, and Alberta's it's a booming market nowadays. So I think this was one of the towns that didn't have a craft brewery, so we're filling a need or a void.
The idea to start the brewery came from a common interest among the 3 owners.
We like drinking beer. We were all into craft beer for quite some time and figured that we could probably figure out how to do it ourselves. So we had a crack at it as home brewers and figured that we could probably take it from that scale to a bigger scale.
4th Meridian Brewing Company now has 3 beers available at liquor stores and restaurants across Lloydminster and the province. To find out more, check out their Facebook page. For Newcap News, I'm Angie Mellon.
And Lakeland College's Vermilion campus is holding its first ever health and wellness conference next week. Work, Stress, Life, Striking a Balance includes a wellness fair and a notable keynote speakers from around the region.
We felt it was important because of the economic downturn, and so many people had job loss. And also with job loss comes the family of the person that lost their job. So I think mental health has really hit Vermilion and the surrounding areas.
Youngman hopes, along with teaching people how to deal with their mental health, it will also allow them to help others. She adds they plan to host more events like this one in the future.
We definitely want to help people in the future, and we plan on doing this again. And we plan on having follow-up sessions.
Alberta Health and several mental and addictions counselors will be at the conference, which will take place at the Regional Centre on Tuesday, January 31st. Well, a cat and a dog are the focus of this week's pet project. Icicle is a 4-year-old domestic medium-haired cat, and Hercules is a 3-year-old pit bull cross. With more, here's John from the SPCA.
Like many of us, Icicle, a 4-year-old domestic medium-haired cat, was excited to start 2017. Icicle was found as a stray in late December outside of St. Paul. When he arrived at the SPCA, he certainly was in rough shape. He had a few wounds to his face and leg, likely from a cat bite. He also was quite matted and had ear mites. It took a few weeks to get him back to normal, but throughout the time, Icicle remained in good spirits and clearly appreciated all the extra love and attention. Now Icicle is available for adoption and looking for that special family to give him all the love he deserves. Icicle is one relaxed cat that is perfectly content to spend his days napping, cuddled up next to you for pets, and he will appreciate every second of it. So help make 2017 the best year ever for Icicle. Stop by the SPCA and meet this lovely fellow today. We just know he'll steal your heart. This big boy is Hercules, a 3-year-old pit bull cross. Don't let his looks fool you though. This is one fellow who absolutely adores people. Hercules is a very quiet and laid-back dog that enjoys spending his days napping and getting the occasional belly rub. He adores people so much that he prefers to have them all to himself. Therefore, he needs to be adopted to a home with no other animals. Being a short-haired dog, Hercules isn't a huge fan of winter. He would much prefer to be inside playing with his favorite toy or settling in next to you for some extra attention. As long as he's by your side, he's happy as can be. If you're looking for a new best friend that will give you unconditional love, then look no further than Hercules. Come to the SPCA and meet this gentle fellow today.
This is Newcap Sports.
Well, the Lloydminster Bobcats rely a lot on volunteers to help them with certain tasks at home games. In this week's Beyond the Boards, Drew Miller takes a look at one extremely committed volunteer.
How are you guys tonight?
When entering the Civic Center for a Bobcats hockey game, you may recognize a familiar face.
I'm at the front door every game. Every home game there is, I'm there.
That's because Austin Lucas has volunteered at every game this season, scanning tickets at the door. But that's not all he does.
He helps with everything we can imagine. He gets here at the start when I start setting up, and he takes over pretty much everything. He makes sure programs are done, the doors are all set up, he scans tickets, he helps with the frisbee toss. Anything we ask him to, he's on it.
Austin is 15 years old, and he says he enjoys helping out at the games because he loves to volunteer and meet new people.
It's helping everyone. If I'm there, I get to meet new people. If you help out the community so much, the community will give back to you.
The Bobcats have 29 home games, and out of the whole year, he had one request: to have one game off.
I've been working here for so long, I decided, you know what, one game shouldn't hurt.
To show their appreciation for what he does, the Bobcats surprised him with a gift.
He had asked for one night off. He's never ever asked to actually attend a game, so we decided to surprise him with a Lazy Boy Comfort Zone tickets and food, and then we kind of upped it with a nice signed jersey for him, and he's always wanted one, and he finally got one.
The fact that the Bobcats chose to do this really means a lot to Austin.
Wow, they actually truly do respect me and how much I help them.
So next time you're at the game, give Austin a quick hello, because he'll be there working hard.
There you guys go. Enjoy the game.
Drew Miller, Newcap Sports.
Rick Swan has an impressive coaching resume with the Bonnyville Pontiacs organization. He was the HAHL Coach of the Year in 2015-2016, and in that same year was a finalist for CJHL Coach of the Year. In December, he was called on to be an assistant coach for Team Canada West at the World Junior Hockey Challenge, and Wednesday received another great honor. Will be behind the bench once again, but not as the Bonnyville Pontiacs head coach, but rather as Team Canada West bench boss for the CJHL Prospects game in Cornwall, Ontario.
Point, it's great for Bonnyville because it brings the right type of exposure to our organization, and I sound biased, but I'm not when I say we've got the best community and best fan support that there is, and if you want to play your junior A hockey, Bonnyville's the place to do it.
Swan always has high praise for the organization's volunteers, people who he believes are the lifeblood of the Pontiacs name. This notion was further reinforced when Bonnyville hosted the World Junior A Challenge, bringing the area so much more than just the product on the ice.
People walked away thinking, wow, what a hockey town. And then the CJHL Prospects game just allows us to create that exposure even further down into Canada out east, and it's definitely going to pay dividends from a recruiting perspective, and just as well as just getting us that notoriety that I think that we deserve because of the great people that we have here.
Prospects game features 40 of the top NHL draft eligible players from all 10 leagues within the CJHL.
Here is Newcap weather.
Welcome back, everyone. So, mix of sun and cloud for the better part of the day. The sun coming out at various points too. That'll continue to be the pattern come tomorrow. Ridge of high pressure dominant. So some of the cooler air is coming in these areas here, and as well upper ridge building out to the west all the time. That'll eventually make its way on the prairies, so we'll benefit from that in terms of temperatures. Let's look closer at how that cloud cover is going to treat us going on into tomorrow. So basically on the overnights, just this area here, there are clearer areas available to us certainly, so just an ebb and flow of the cloud cover then as we push on through the day come tomorrow, and hoping for better temperatures as we'll see in our 7-day forecast. Minus 13 at the moment, could see minus 18 on the overnights, partially cloudy one for the Battlefords and area, and then aiming for minus 12 come tomorrow. A subtle shift of the winds from the west-northwest to more westerly wind flows, and that should get temperatures up there. Minus 11 at the moment in Cold Lake and area. Again, some warmer pockets are available. Could still see minus 16 on the overnights, and then looking for minus 11 tomorrow as your daytime high. For ourselves, partially cloudy to overcast conditions as we get on into the overnights and into tomorrow. Minus 16 at the moment. Might still see minus 15 around midnight, would you believe? Then probably minus 17 or 18 by morning, and then looking for minus 10 during the course of the afternoon as the daytime high for the next 7 days. So we'll go with minus 10 on Wednesday. Should be a lot better on Thursday for minus 4, which is the temperature we're seeing in Edmonton at the moment. So that warmer air slowly making its way as the upper ridge drops in some of that warmer air in our area. 0 on Friday, 1 Saturday, 2 Sunday, minus 1 Monday, minus 5 next Tuesday. Could see some mixed precipitation anywhere from 30-40% that might linger on the overnights Monday into the early hours of Tuesday morning. But again, temperature-wise, with the exception of maybe tomorrow and even this morning when we saw some of that cooler air, these temperatures are still a ways from the seasonal averages. Minus 9 for daytime highs, minus 19 for overnight lows. So pretty good going as we wrap up January.